All right, what's going on, guys? I hope you're having a really, really good end of your day, winding down, getting ready to go to sleep. Um, I'm doing my third stream of the day because I want to, like I said, I wanted to continue to get a little bit more consistent in getting. Oh, I look a little oily. Yeah, that light is kind of. Ooh, or maybe it's just the I got a glow to me today. I don't know what that is. But anyways, well, it was good, Killer. Thank you for asking. The gym was good. I'm just now getting back and settling down just a little bit. So we're going to. Oh, you know what? I realized what I did wrong. Hold on 1 second, my friend. Um, do I want to make that desktop audio? I think that's what I want. Yeah. So tonight we're gonna talk a little bit about some of the. Actually, let me wait till I say it because I want to be focused. I want to be focused whenever I'm speaking on this. 'Cause I'm gonna have to say it with chest. It's gonna upset a lot of people, but it is what it is. All right, let me turn that down just a little bit. Have a little background. I didn't mean to go to zero. All right. Yeah, again, Fox, thank you for asking. The gym was actually pretty sweet. So I want to go over this clip featuring Don Lemon. And before I get into this clip, this it's a clip in regarding how he felt about the Charlie Kirk Memorial. And you would think out of all people that has something to say about Charlie's Kirk Memorial, you wouldn't think it would be the heathen Don Lemon, especially the lifestyle that he lives with him and his significant other. So Don Lemon decided that he wanted to get on his channel, which he has a right to, freedom of speech, and give his unpopular opinion about Charlie Kirk's funeral, or I'm sorry, his homegoing. That's what I'm going to call it, his homegoing celebration. And I'm only saying bringing this clip up because I really don't care about Don Lemon himself, but I think it just points to a bigger issue, and that bigger issue is that for some reason mainstream tends to give us these black men and that makes the other people, the rest of the world, think that we accept these guys and their beliefs as our leaders and our heroes. And I'm just here to let you know that we do not. We do not look up to a Don Lemon as a hero in the black community. We don't care about no Van Jones. He is not the person that we choose to look up to as a hero in our community. We don't take advice from Van Jones. We do not give a shit about what Hakeem Jeffrey has to say. He is not our leader. He is not Barack Obama, and we don't even listen to Barack Obama anymore. And it's getting out of hand because I don't want people to think just because this guy seems that he's in this limelight and he's speaking and he's black that we as a whole as black people we agree with him and we just give him the thumbs up to go and say whatever he want to say and he's speaking for us. He is not speaking for us. He's definitely ain't speaking for me. And I know there's a lot of other black men or black people in general that feels the exact same way. We do not take advice from Hakeem Jeffrey, Van Jones, or Dunn, especially not Don Lemon. Now, with that being said, I didn't watch this yet, so this is gonna be a live reaction for me. But what I did see, I saw a little clip of it, maybe about 45 seconds of him speaking on Christianity when he living his life the way that he living his life. I don't know how he even has the kahunas to get on here and speak about Christianity. But let's get into this clip. It's about 27 minutes long. I'm gonna try to play as much of it as I can and not be drawn or not over talk it, but we're gonna see what this fool has to say about the Charlie Kirk Memorial. And once again, he does not speak for us.
Here this morning. And this one is particularly important and familiar to me, and because it involves something that I believe is controlling
Oh, I'm sorry.
of people. something that distorts people's thinking, and something that is disrespectful of actual, true Christianity.
He's already
The
moving
danger
because he knows that
that
he's finna say
religion
some BS.
poses. Now, I say this as a person of faith. As you know, I wrote a book about it. I'm not saying that you don't have to go out and buy it. I'm just saying, I'm just showing you this because
I never knew he had a book. We do not listen to Don Lemon, so we definitely not listening to, or reading Don Lemon. Fox, we do not listen to Don Lemon. Don't let him fool you. We don't care nothing about this book. I didn't even know he had a book. They must got that thing up in Target or something, because I ain't seen it on Amazon or nowhere. It might be in Amazon, but I ain't seen it.
I know just a year ago, was it September? A year ago this month, this book came out. And I warned people about the dangers of Christian nationalism, white nationalism, but Christian wrapped in Christian nationalism. And that's a real thing. You can want to believe that it's happening or not.
We don't believe you, Don.
That's on you. Whether you would like to believe what I'm saying or
neither do I. We don't believe you, Don. Already, we don't believe.
We're going to get into it. And I'm going to show you some of the things that happened this past weekend.
See, this is where like people like him, they're overzealous and they think they're smarter than what they are. Brother, it was broadcast to millions and millions and millions of people. There was 300,000 plus people there in the inside the building or around that area. You're not gonna tell us anything other than what we saw. But he thinks that he's gonna be the person to come on here and tell us something other than what we saw. I don't get these people. They've been in these positions in media and able to say what they want to say on air for so long. They forget that we don't trust what you're saying. Like we didn't watch Killer, didn't we watch this memorial together? I'm pretty sure we watched this memorial together, but he's gonna get on here and tell us what we saw. So let's see what he has to say.
But this is something that I need to say because I think it's very important, especially for my country and for anyone of faith, regardless of whatever your faith is. Whatever it is, I want to talk to you about sanctified power and what Charlie Kirk's memorial revealed about America. That's what I want to talk about.
Let me guess before he said it was a Klan rally. They were celebrating the oppression of black people. They were celebrating white nationalism. Let me hear it. I think I got his talking points out, but let me just let him get it out.
And I'm going to talk to you, and this is on page 70.
We don't care about this book, Don.
I went back and I read it, and I was a little bit late this morning with my producers because I've been thinking about this all night, and I was writing, and I said, do I want to do this? Do I want to write it as a Substack? What do I want to do? So let me just tell you, this is the pretext to what I'm about to tell you. True freedom of religion.
I don't want to listen to no excerpts from your book, Don. Come on, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get through this one. I don't want to listen to Don sit here and read us no bedtime stories from his book. I don't want to hear it. But I guess this is what I signed up when I decided to take on this topic today. So bear with me. Come on, Mr. Lemonade.
Support democracy, foster mutual understanding, and encourage critical thinking. You guys with me? True advocates of religion, of freedom of religion, would advocate for enlightenment, education, and open-hearted dialogue, respectful conversations among people who disagree without judging or jockeying for power.
Or unaliving them. See where I'm going?
True freedom of religion is possible only if we honor the absolute separation of church and state. Remember I said the impetus of this book that I said on every single time I had to promote it or talk about it was the blurring or the erasing of the line between state and church.
That's the first thing that he said that was a little bit comprehensive to me, or I can comprehend it a little bit. And it makes a lot of sense because I too talked about this. I absolutely agree with the fact that state and church should not be intertwined. The government should not be overreaching into these congregations and to these pastors to push the liberal agenda. See, that's what it is. He never spoke about this until it was a conservative who got the power that happened to be very well endowed into Christianity. Now that uh, excuse me, now that it's not just the liberals with the power intertwined with the government and state, now he wants to speak about this. We've been talking about how that should not be in the church. The catch is that's not what was happening at the Charlie Kirk Memorial. Whenever you eulogize, or sorry, not eulogize, whenever you're going to a memorial and you giving your farewell to a person, it's typically done in a church. So I don't. He's gonna try to mix this up to be something other than what it is. We're not gonna fall for it, Don. What you wanted him to do it at a movie theater or something? Nah, I already know where he going towards it. Not falling for it.
And that's what religious nationalists were doing. And many of them white nationalists wrapped in it's white nationalism wrapped in religious nationalism.
I told you. There
We
it
can have
is.
freedom of religion, or we can have a Christian nation. We can't have both. Evangelicals know
He's
this,
boring.
and it's clear which side of the narthex they're on. Even evangelical zealots preach freedom of religion and practice oppression. They're taking a familiar page from the time worn authoritarian playbook. It's not about faith, it's about control. Get into people's heads. Are you listening? I hope you're with me. Because if you didn't go to church yesterday, we're about to go.
Did you
Get
go
into
to church
people's heads
yesterday?
by way of their hearts. Swaddle the loss of liberty in religious dogma, and then use faith communities to mobilize voters and codify oppression into law. Religion does a great job of teaching people to suspend their disbelief and submit themselves to a higher power. If the higher power were a benevolent God, that would be nice. But in this case, we're talking about ruthless, self-dealing men who use God's name for personal gain, promising salvation and pitching nostalgia for a Christian nation that never existed. Right-wing power mongers conflate religious zeal.
Does anybody know what he just said? I don't know what Don think he just said because he's not telling us nothing new. The only thing he said that made sense was the very first line that he made about separating church and state. He's not telling us nothing new. We've been saying this. Ah, done.
Patriotism. Then conflate patriotism with nationalism. And the effect is powerful enough to break the sacred
Oh,
bonds
come on. I
of
don't want to
family.
listen
The
to him read
charismatic
a whole
wannabe
chapter out of
despot
his book.
as their front man. They sample the Bible and the Constitution the way Ice Cube samples the Isley Brothers in It Was a Good Day. You hear it in there, that unmistakable riff from Footsteps in the Dark, but it is a whole new jam. That's how you persuade people to vote against their own interests in extreme self-sabotage.
Sort of like putting Megan Thee Stallion on the stage at a presidential rally. Like bringing Beyonce and Oprah Winfrey on to kind of codify the black vote all into one. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Having Sexy Red on stage, talking about what she do with her poom poom is her poom poom. Or Cardi B. Okay, all right. Now I get it. Okay, now I get it. So now you're making sense. It's just that there's one problem with that. The issue is that you're supposed to be telling that to your party.
Ways. That's how you get decent, intelligent people to vote against their right to health care, their family's economic well-being, and their sexually diverse children's right to exist. I know how that feels. I know what it's like to need God so desperately You're
Quiet.
willing to listen to anyone who seems qualified to connect you to him.
What's going on, Brandon? How you doing, brother? See, this is the issue. See, this is why I get pissed off with people like Don Lemon, because he just read the excerpt from his book, meaning that either he wrote it or he had a writer to write it and he just approved of it. This is why I don't. What's going on, Wade? This is why I don't believe a lot of these black liberal men that get on and speak like this. A lot of these guys, if they put half of their perceived intellect into spreading the truth that they already knows the truth, we'll be in a way better position, because this guy is smart enough to know exactly what he said. It's actually true, but he's not smart enough to know that his party is the party that's doing it. They feel like if they give us Sexy Red and Kendrick Lamar and give us Beyonce and all these people to tell us how to vote, that we will vote that way. He said nothing about this whenever the presidential election was going on. Are you mental? This guy.
There was a time when I begged God to extinguish that part of my spirit that made me my authentic self. Please make me not be gay. Please make me not be gay. I ache for that little kid I was, the little kid Eduardo, who I wrote about earlier in the book, was, and the millions of little kids who prayed that self-loathing prayer before and after us. All we can do now is stand up for the
Please
children
finish
of
with the
God
excerpt from
and
your
do
book.
our best to push this democracy towards a truer, more useful definition of religious freedom.
Please be it.
And these are the things that they said Charlie Kirk stood for. He was a man of faith. And the reason that that struck me so is because I got a text from a friend who said, I am a black woman. The person who babysits my child is a black woman from Jamaica. And she says, Charlie Kirk was a person of faith.
Somebody should listen to her.
I say to them, okay, so what does that mean, a person of faith? How does a person of faith act? How does a person who really believes in what God and the scriptures say, the true meaning of it, not the
See, this is where he loses me, and this is why people do not pay attention to church. Church anymore. You telling me that this black liberal gay man, and I don't have any issue with the person being gay. You can live your life how you want to. I really don't care. You do. We all got some kind of skeletons in our closets somewhere. So that's not the issue that I'm harping on. Don't really give a care about what he do with his rump. The issue is that what makes you think that you are the spokesperson to sit here and tell us about the gospel and what Christianity is supposed to be, and the way we're supposed to live our life? I don't. He's just got the people. These are not our leaders. We do not follow these people. I'm gonna say that again. I'm gonna probably say it 100 more times to watch this damn live. We do not look up to Don Lemon, and specifically because of stuff like this. He should have just left this one alone. This is not a topic that he should have hit on. They should have left that for somebody else that was a little bit more towards the middle, because he was the wrong person for this message. The wrong person.
Distorted meaning. How would they treat the least of these? So what I say now is that what happened in Arizona this weekend was not just a memorial. It was something else entirely. People will tell you that it is about grief. It was about grief, about honoring a man's life.
That's what a memorial is, Don.
On the surface, maybe it looked like that.
You want to know why it looked like that? Because that's what it was.
Tens of thousands gathered. The music swelled. I'm sure you.
No. My friend. No. Hundreds of thousands gathered. Hundreds of thousands gathered. Hundreds. Millions watched. Let's get that right.
Some of you saw it. I just saw some of the sound bites. There were prayers and tears and moments of silence.
That's what happens at a memorial.
I stayed long enough for the little bit that I could stay. And then I said, you know what, I'm out.
Yeah.
If you listen.
When the devil's in the church, and he feel that Holy Ghost. And I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a big a church goer. I haven't been to church in a long time, so don't get me wrong. Don't take this wrong. But he's sitting here saying that he had to leave midway or early on. Yeah, that's what heathens have to do. Whenever you in area around good folk and good spirits, your spirit's not gonna want to be there because you want to go do something nasty or dirty.
Listen long enough and
Heathen.
close enough, if you stayed long enough and you listen close enough, you could feel the ground shifting beneath you, because that wasn't
What's
just
going on,
about a
Ricky and
guy. This was
Joseph?
about a movement claiming divine permission to rule. Can I get a witness?
No,
And
you don't got a
all of the
witness. You
sound
don't have a
bites
witness.
and the words used will tell you, will reveal to you exactly what I said. It was a revival meeting wrapped in a memorial. I'm from the South, Southern Baptist, went to Catholic school. You know what a revival
It
meeting
it
is,
didn't do
right?
you any good.
That is the holiest of holiest,
Mm-hmm.
holy rollers having a revival. Let the church say amen. It was a revival meeting wrapped in a memorial, a political rally dressed as church. And by the end of the night,
See, I don't like that. The only person that said anything that was in reference to anything political was the president. No one else spoke anything about any political views at this memorial. Nobody spoke about that. But he'll take that, he'll cut it down, he'll put this lie out, and he thinks that we are going to watch this and believe it just because he said it, not realizing that you are not our spokesperson. We don't believe what you say. And oh man, I can't deal with people like this. Like we watched the same thing that you watched, done. But hold on. He also said that he didn't watch it. He couldn't stay, so he can't. What happened? You can't have both sides of the story on of the coin on this. We don't. We Don, you are not our spokesperson. Okay, let's just move on.
it was clear this was not only about Charlie Kirk's death, it was about his afterlife in politics. Donald Trump stood on the stage like a man at the center of a prophecy. He called Charlie Kirk a martyr.
All right, I'm gonna stop right there. I can't listen to a little much more of him, and I'm gonna pull up a clip. I'm sorry of what was going on at the memorial, and this is why people like him do more harm to the black community than what we actually realize. This was the same thing that was done for Martin Luther King. This was the same thing that was done for JFK. This was the same thing that was done for, I'm pretty sure, Abraham Lincoln and every other political figure that died or was unalive. So why is the fact that this was done for Charlie Kirk such a big issue? I'll tell you why it was such a big issue. No, it's all good. No problem. I'm gonna tell you why it was such a big issue. It was such a big issue because they don't like the influence that Charlie Kirk actually had. If you think about it, modern time, especially for people of our age or maybe my age, probably a little bit older than you guys or younger, anybody anywhere from the 90s on up to now, Charlie Kirk probably was one of the most influential, besides Donald Trump, political figures in modern time. Even more so than Barack Obama. Barack Obama was the first one. What's going on, White? So how you doing, brother? How you been? I hope you're having a good one. Barack Obama was probably the first one, and don't get me wrong, he is not our leader either. Just because at that time I thought he was going to be the revolution for us, but he ended up being nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing, but he wasn't what we thought he was going to be. So I'm just man enough to say it. But if you think about it, over the last 15, 20 years, we haven't had anybody with them with as much influence as Donald Trump and Charlie Kirk. Just think about it. Now we're talking about Candace Owens again. We're talking about Scott Jennings. We're talking about Tucker Carlson, Pierce Morgan. I'm not a big follower of Pierce Morgan. I watch him, and he has some things about him that I don't like as well. But yeah, like they have massive influence. Even Andrew Tate has more influence than somebody like Don Lemon. He has twice as much influence. So now I'm gonna pull up what actually happened at Charlie Kirk Memorial. They talking about they don't like the way that they was worshiping. Are you crazy? This was 7 hours long. I don't want to watch 7 hours of this. Trying to find some of the clips that was some of the best ones. These people are sick, man. These people are sick. Uh-oh, wrong one. There we go. All right, so you get the vibes of what was going on at Charlie Kirk's memorial. Man, I don't get this guy. So I just felt compelled that I had to come on here and I had to speak about that because if we do not make it known to our fellow Americans, which are white people and black people and Asians and Jewish people, you guys, we are all each other's people. So yes, they're trying to divide us, but we're not gonna fall forward. We have to get on here, and I'm gonna do my part as an African American and let you guys know that despite what the media is trying to push and who they're trying to push, those are not our spokesmen, and we do not follow them. And I'm gonna end the stream off right there.